Most small farming videos tell you to raise quail, rabbits, or chickens. And honestly, those are profitable animals. But today, I need to show you something that completely changed how I think about small-scale farming. There is a category of crops. You don't need land for them, you don't need a barn, you don't even need a backyard, that generates more revenue per square foot than any livestock on this list. I'm talking about 10 to 20 times more profit from the same amount of space as a standard quail cage. And here's the part that really gets me. Your first harvest isn't in 8 weeks like quail, or 12 weeks like rabbits. Your first harvest is ready in just 7 days. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly which crops make this possible, the real numbers behind them, and, because I promised you honesty on this channel, the one catch that most videos about this topic conveniently leave out. Let's break down the math. Let's use real numbers, side by side, so you can see this for yourself. 50 quail need roughly 20 square feet of cage space. Your feed cost is about $30 a month, and revenue from eggs runs around $300 to $450 a month. That's a solid little business. Now take that exact same 20 square feet, and instead of quail, use it for a vertical shelving system growing microgreens. Because you are building up instead of out, each shelf holds multiple trays. A standard tray costs just $3 to $5 to produce and sells for $25 to $40 to local restaurants and farmers markets. And remember, these trays are ready to harvest in 7 to 14 days, meaning you can cycle through 2 to 4 harvests every single month from the exact same tray. In that same 20 square feet, a small vertical system can run 15 to 20 trays at once. Do the math. 20 trays cycling every 10 days at $20 profit per tray. That tiny space alone can generate $800 to $1,200 a month. Same space as the quail, 2 to 3 times the income. This isn't a theory. It's basic space and cycle time math that most small farming content simply never shows you. Let's start with the crop that makes this whole category work. Microgreens. If you've never heard of them, microgreens are baby vegetable greens, harvested just days after sprouting. Sunflower shoots, pea shoots, radish, broccoli. They all work beautifully. Here's why they're the profit champion. On the cost side, a basic home setup, shelving, grow lights, trays, and seeds, runs about $500 to $1,000 to start. That's less than half of what you'd spend starting a commercial goat or cattle operation. On the revenue side, each 10 by 20 inch tray costs next to nothing to grow, but yields around a pound of highly valued greens. Because your grow cycle is so fast, you can turn the same tray 20 to 30 times a year. No animal can match that turnover speed. But here's the trap almost every beginner falls into. And I want to warn you about it directly. Growing is never the hard part. Selling is. Fresh microgreens are highly perishable. The growers who actually hit $2,000 to $3,000 a month secure their buyers, local restaurants and chefs, before they ever scale up production. Don't grow first and scramble later. Crop number 2 doesn't get nearly enough attention. Specialty mushrooms. I'm talking about oyster mushrooms, lion's mane, and shiitake. Mushrooms don't need soil. They don't need sunlight, and they don't need acres of land. You can grow a serious mushroom operation in a basement, closet, or a spare bedroom using grow bags filled with sawdust or straw. Startup costs are low, around $300 to $600 for basic climate and humidity control. But the revenue is incredible. Specialty mushrooms sell for $8 to $16 per pound. Even more for lion's mane, which is trending heavily right now with health-focused buyers. A single grow bag can produce multiple flushes of harvests before you ever need to replace it. A modest setup of 30 to 40 grow bags in a space smaller than a one-car garage can realistically produce $400 to $700 a month with almost zero ongoing feed costs. Restaurants, especially those with farm-to-table menus, are constantly looking for consistent, local mushroom suppliers because grocery stores only carry the basic varieties. Now let's talk about 2 crops that operate on a completely different level. Saffron and lavender. Saffron is by weight one of the most expensive agricultural products in the world. It comes from the tiny crimson threads inside a crocus flower, harvested entirely by hand. Because it commands such a premium price, it sounds amazing. But let's be honest, saffron is a long-term investment. It can take up to 3 years before you see meaningful production. Lavender, however, is far more approachable for a small acreage. Beyond selling dried bundles, smart growers add income through essential oils, handmade soaps, and candles. In the U.S., many small farms earn massive profits through agritourism, charging visitors just to walk their purple fields and take photos for social media during bloom season. The appeal here is incredibly high value per square foot, targeting a market that actively seeks out premium, specialty products. But these are crops for year 2 or 3 of your farm, once you have patience and capital. Now here's the part I promised you. The catch that most hyped-up videos conveniently skip. None of these numbers mean anything without buyers. Microgreens, specialty mushrooms, lavender. Every single one of these crops has a much smaller, more specific customer base than eggs or meat. Almost everyone eats chicken and eggs. Not everyone is searching for lion's mane mushrooms on a Tuesday morning. This means your success depends entirely on your ability to be part farmer and part salesperson. The growers who fail build a beautiful setup, grow a massive first harvest, and then look around wondering who will buy it while the crop rots. The growers who succeed do one thing first. They call 5 local restaurants, hand out free samples, and secure commitments before they ever plant a single seed. So, should you get rid of your animals and just grow microgreens? Not necessarily. The smartest small acreage farms in America don't choose between them. They combine them. Livestock like quail and rabbits give you stability. Nearly everyone buys eggs and meat, giving you steady, reliable, predictable monthly cash flow to pay your basic expenses. High-value crops like microgreens and mushrooms serve a smaller, higher-paying audience. They act as your profit multiplier. Together, they balance each other perfectly. Your animals keep the lights on, and your premium indoor crops build your wealth. Livestock builds your foundation. High-value crops build your ceiling. If you had just 20 square feet of extra space right now, what would you choose to start? Animals or high-value vertical crops? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to see the exact breakdown of a real-world quarter-acre farm that combines both of these systems successfully, including their exact startup costs and monthly revenue, make sure to hit that subscribe button. No hype, no unrealistic promises, just practical strategies you can actually use.